Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode 68. Hunter Keister back with
K-Mac. Let's go. Let's get it.
We are back, and we have another week in sports to bring to you guys. We are going to cover the Big Ten basketball tournament, and that's what we will start out with. And we got a good show planned, but I'm going to leave it for you guys for a little surprise. So, starting out, Big Ten basketball tournament, Friday, March 10th. And, Kurt, what did you think of this tournament? Did you look into it?
Yeah.
Watch it after Michigan?
Definitely some surprises.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I did not expect Ohio State to get farther than us.
Man, Purdue started off on Friday with a 5-point win over Rutgers, narrowly defeating them. And Rutgers would eventually, because of this loss and the loss to Michigan that they suffered, would eventually get knocked out of the tournament completely because of that. So this loss was huge for Rutgers, but it's a 5-point loss nonetheless. Yeah, like Kurt mentioned, Ohio State did go on a run, and that run started on a Friday. They beat Iowa by, 4 points? Yeah, 4 points. And then they take on a Michigan State team that's equally as talented, and they beat them by 10 points. So Ohio State really had a real solid weekend of basketball, and I think for a while it seemed like Ohio State, if they beat Purdue, they probably win the Big Ten tournament. They get into Saturday and they get into the semis at least. So they get into Saturday with the win over Michigan State. Super impressive given their season nonetheless. But Penn State takes on Northwestern, and this was a great game back and forth that sees Penn State win by a score of 67-65. To end the night, Indiana took on Maryland, and Indiana got the 70-60 victory in that one. So that would take us to Saturday. We saw Ohio State take on Purdue. Kurt, how much of a chance did you give Ohio State at this point against Purdue? Did you think they could maybe do it, or what were you thinking?
Like before the game started?
Yeah.
I thought they'd at least keep it competitive.
Definitely crazy. 14-point game. Purdue does get the win. They knock Ohio State out of the Big Ten tournament in the semis and effectively end their season, as they did decline the NIT. And Penn State picked up a massive 77-73 win over Indiana to punch their ticket into the Big Ten tournament finals, and thus punches their ticket into the NCAA tournament, as Penn State's actually playing right now at midnight, and they're still playing. They are finishing up their game against Texas A&M. Penn State gave them the business tonight, 69-48, with about 4 minutes to go in that one. So they're gonna get an opening round tournament win for the Big Ten, and that's the first one, isn't it? That's the first win for the Big Ten.
It is.
No, Northwestern. Northwestern beat Boise State.
Okay.
Northwestern beat Boise State. But getting back to this, we see Purdue does take out Penn State in the finals. So Purdue is the 1 seed. They get the rest, and they take care of business. They get the Big Ten regular season title and the tournament championship for the year. 67-65. Great game, back and forth, real competitive. Purdue edged them and wins the Big Ten tournament title. So that will get us caught up in terms of Big Ten tournament for basketball. Let's jump over and do the same for hockey, as we do need to cover the semifinals in this hockey tournament, which we saw Minnesota take on Michigan State, and Michigan get their rematch with the Buckeyes from Yost.
Yeah.
And this was a great game. Super bummed Kurt had to miss it. Michigan scores their first shot on goal.
Oh, that's crazy.
Michigan wins the faceoff, cuts down the right side, quick wrister, beats the goalie first shot. And this game was pretty competitive, but you could just tell Michigan's at home, that the crowd was into it, and they really took it to Ohio State. 7-3 is the final in this one. Massive win to punch their ticket.
Love it.
And now, if you're a Michigan fan, you're really hoping for a Michigan State win so you can play that Big Ten Tournament Championship on home ice at Yost. But they take on the number one overall team in the country and obviously the number one seed in the Big Ten Tournament. And the Minnesota Golden Gophers get the 5-1 victory over the Spartans. So this sets up the second year in a row, Michigan, Minnesota, from Minneapolis for the Big Ten Tournament Championship.
Ooh.
Can Michigan get it done again? It's an 8 o'clock putt drop on Saturday. That's what it says on here. 8 o'clock. Wow. Yeah, that is going to be a crazy game. Me and Kurt were talking
single
about...
elimination?
Yeah, single elimination, yep.
Oh,
yep.
Shoot.
Michigan comes into this game ranked the 4th team nationally, and Minnesota is the top team in the country, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe they're the top team in the country. So that will get us all squared away. We will, next time we'll talk about that game for tomorrow. And, that'll get us all squared away for hockey. Alright, bringing it back, we are going to discuss Day 1 of the NCAA basketball tournament. And Day 1 was filled with upsets. And it started early in the day.
We got to talk about it.
To start it off, Furman, Virginia, 13-seeded Furman. The Dins get it done. Former Orlando.
Dins getting wins.
Dins getting wins. Virginia, listen to this, crazy. 5 years to the day, Virginia gets upset by UTMC. That was 5 years ago to the day. And on this day, 4-seeded Virginia loses to 13 Furman. 68-67. Man, you gotta feel for the guard. I don't know who it was that had it, but there was a crazy turnover. I'll show you that sometime. But
the clip, okay.
That clip. But the guard, they're struggling getting in. They have a timeout. Virginia has a timeout. They don't use it. Ill-advised pass. They throw a prayer to midcourt just trying to get the ball away. It's intercepted. One pass and a 3. Bang. And then...
oh, man.
And there's 2 seconds left. Virginia down 1. They inbound it. Try to time out. Nothing. And they lose just like that. What a game, though, by Furman to start the day. 68-67. And that was...
Furman.
That was how the day started. I'll start kind of getting into some of these close matchups. Some of these matches that just went final too. Tennessee holds off 13 Louisiana, 58-55 in a really defensive game that came down to the wire. It was looking like Louisiana had a chance to win. Tennessee holds on. Charleston plays 5 San Diego State. They're the 12th seed, and they only lose that game by... they lose that game by 6 points.
6 points.
And they play that game close. Arkansas, one of the 8-9 matchups. These 8-9 matchups were really good today. Arkansas, Illinois was a 73-63 Arkansas win. 9 Auburn, 8 Iowa, 83-75 Auburn win. Northwestern gets the Big Ten on the board to start the day. With, in the win column, they get a win over Boise State in the 7-10 matchup, 75-67. Maryland wins. Maryland got it started. Maryland won by 2 over West Virginia. Yep, they got
67-65. Yeah.
Yep. Missouri picked up a win. They get a nice, convincing 11-point win over Utah State in their 7-10 matchup. Oral Roberts doesn't have any magic this year. They get absolutely stomped by Duke, 74-51. Another big time upset. Bracket busting craziness.
Oh.
Princeton, the 15 seed, downs Arizona. A lot of people had them, for the most part, making the Elite Eight at the very minimum. And
oh man.
For the most part, yeah.
55.
59-55 Princeton. They get the job done. Take out 2-seeded Arizona.
Anything can happen, man.
Anything can happen. That's why these basketball tournaments is so crazy. That's why March Madness is truly one of the most exciting sports, that you can watch, just because of how many upsets happen at any given time. Moving up the list here, we got Texas beats Colgate by 20. Kansas convincingly win. Houston holds off Northern Kentucky.
Oh man.
They shoot. When I saw it last, it was 5 of 34. I'm going to look into the box score because this was just some terrible shooting. 5 of 33. 15% from 3-point.
That's abysmal.
27% from the field. 19-69. Northern Kentucky has a great chance to upset the 1 seed. They're playing good, and they just fall apart in the second half. Houston holds on. They get the win. I mean, Houston shoots 4 of 16, 25%
they didn't play that good.
From 3.
Houston did not play that good.
And only 49% from the field. So, yeah, Houston definitely did not play that good in the open round matchup. But Northern Kentucky had a crazy chance to get the win. And they just fall apart in the second half, unfortunately. The only other game that happened today was a 96-75 Alabama win as the number 1 overall seed. And then looks like the UCLA game went final as UCLA wins 86-53. And the Penn State game is now final, 76-59. They will move on. Man, that leaves there's gonna be some really exciting matchups
for day 2.
Starting off early, you got Michigan State, USC from Columbus. There is St. Mary's, VCU, which a lot of people have. It's a 12-5 matchup, and I saw a lot of people were picking the 12-seeded VCU to upset St. Mary's. So we'll see what happens there. Creighton, NC State is a 6-11 matchup that should be pretty good. Purdue.
What about Pittsburgh and Iowa State?
Pittsburgh, Iowa State, 11-6. I like that matchup. Yeah, that's good. Purdue versus FDU. After FDU, the 16 seed, they get into the tournament, and the coach was viral after the game, saying he likes the matchups, and basically saying that he thinks Purdue is beatable. So, did this add to their fire, or did this give FDU
Purdue's
some
favored by 23
and
points.
that's one thing I don't think. But see, I feel like this is like almost a trap, right? They get favored by 23, so the FDU coach says something, so they want you to take the plus 23, and then Purdue whoops them and they beat them by 30.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Providence, Kentucky is a really good 11-6 matchup. Drake and Miami isn't a bad 12-5 matchup. Grand Canyon versus Gonzaga. Memphis versus Florida Atlantic in an 8-9 matchup. Memphis. You know
9-20.
You know we got to root for Memphis.
Prime time.
Montana State takes on Kansas State in a 14-3 matchup. Kent State takes on Indiana. These late games. That is criminal.
10:05 p.m.
Arizona State, TCU, 10:05. And that ends out day 2. Kurt, what matchups what games you looking at?
Which ones am I highlighting?
Yeah.
I'm definitely keeping my eye out on the Pittsburgh Iowa State game. I like that one. USC Michigan State definitely catches my eye for sure early in the day. And I want to see that Memphis-Florida Atlantic game. Saturday night.
For sure. Friday night,
yep. And let's see if, I wonder if Purdue, what if they got upset? That'd be wild.
Right.
You never know.
Never know.
Anything can happen in these tournaments. It's crazy.
Yeah, Day 1 showed that already enough. Great start. Alright, that'll do it for the basketball. Got all that caught up. Now, jump over to some NFL free agency.
Yeah. Just gonna catch up on the offseason. There's a couple of things I wanted to highlight. Definitely got to talk about the Bears trading the first overall pick to the Carolina Panthers. Who do you think won that? You remember that trade?
So I know. I want to say.
You think the Bears made the right move? Because
I think they did. I think with where they're at, I think you get a lot back and DJ Moore. I think getting him in, a really good receiver that really saves you from having that saves you from one of your picks having to be a receiver. That gives you capital and you get a whole lot of picks back for really just like you would have got like a Jalen Carter and he's good, but you're not in a spot where you can really just take that one piece and be great.
Yeah.
Chicago needed those draft picks to try to be better, and I think for Carolina, they really need that franchise guy, and Chicago's already had it. So this was a good time for them to change back.
I think it makes plenty of sense to me.
Yeah, move back and pick up a lot of draft picks, and they pick up a number one receiver.
Mentioned that before. I thought they should potentially trade down just because it made no sense.
Right.
To keep it knowing how much value you get for it. So they were able to get a good trade, and I think it's pretty obvious to me who Carolina's going to take at 1. Let's be honest. Bryce Young, come on. Has to be.
I don't know. It'll probably be Stroud.
No way. You think they're in on him?
Yep. Bryce Young's real small and undersized.
That doesn't mean anything. Why does that matter? If you can play, you can play. I'm just saying.
He's really small, though. I think they even said he was the smallest player.
What, like because he's 5'11"?
Just like his height, his weight, he's real small, and I just don't know if he can hold up in the NFL.
Physically?
Right.
I mean, they ain't been hurt yet, but I guess it's a different level when it gets to that.
Right.
Another thing that was notable was the Jalen Ramsey trade to Miami.
Yeah, that was huge. I don't know how you only muster a third if you're the Rams, but
you got fleeced on that.
Yeah.
Because you did not get. You can never when you make these crazy trades, you can never get in return what you paid out. Like they gave up a lot to get him from the Jaguars, if you remember. They gave him a big contract, and then now they got a 3rd-round pick for him. That's all they got for him. That's crazy.
Right.
So I think that was definitely a big move for the Dolphins. They got him and Xavier Howard.
Yeah, they're building something there.
You got Bradley Chubb on defense.
Right. Dolphins are getting
Christian
places.
Wilkins, but the problem is Tua. Unfortunately, he cannot hold up. He came in the league already kind of hurt from Alabama, all the hip surgeries, and then unfortunately it was concussions last year, and that's nothing to just you can't just gloss over it, So that was definitely a big move, and Jimmy G going to the Raiders. I thought that was kind of surprising. I was not ready for that.
No, I mean, does this beg the question, does the Raiders wait on a quarterback knowing that they kind of have to take a risk on somebody with where they're going to be picking at unless somebody falls or they trade up, which I don't really see happening?
Pretty sure they pick 7.
Yeah.
And at that point,
Levis,
you're looking at
Richardson.
The top 2 will be gone.
Yep.
That's just a fact.
Yep.
So then, are you really going to risk Levis or
That's a real big dud at 7.
I'm just straight down or going BPA.
Yep. I think you BPA on defense, bolster the offensive line.
Maybe trade down.
Or trade down.
Not opposed to that.
No, the Raiders are in a decent spot. They can pick up some more mid-round picks and really get their future back looking bright. And all they really sacrifice is the 7 because who really there at 7? Maybe you take one of them corners that are really good, like Gonzalez or Witherspoon. But if it's not those
Jalen
guys,
Carter might be there.
Who?
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, could be.
You never know.
Right.
That usually the top 3 or the top 2, but things can get wild after 5 and 6. Like it could just change. Teams will do one thing and then another will do the same. But I definitely think it's kind of like because Jimmy G's already injury prone. He's just a potential stopgap for now. You might have to look into drafting a quarterback at 7, but I would not. I'm with you. Definitely not go for Will Levis or the third best.
Yep. You're reaching really bad on that, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. That's going to be.
Other notable moves. Darren Waller got traded to the Giants. Jason Kelsey's playing again. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills linebacker, went to Chicago.
Yep. That really makes, because they got rid of Roquan Smith, but they really bring in another Roquan Smith. It's like, why'd you get rid of him?
That's true. Well, you paid him way less. But he's not as good, though. Jesse Bates went to...
Yeah, the Bengals have been getting picked apart.
Yeah, they got leashed a little bit, but they got a good lineman today.
Yep.
Orlando Brown from the Chiefs.
Yep.
That's really about all the normal moves so far.
Right. Everything's just kind of getting...
Everything's just getting warmed up there because the combine just happened. So now they're going to have to wait for the work at the pro workouts and all that.
Right.
But nonetheless, interesting. And Baker Mayfield went to the Bucs. That's funny. That's crazy.
Yeah, how the mighty have fallen in Tampa.
Back to irrelevancy you go.
Banished back to irrelevancy.
Never to be brought up again, basically. So yeah, that pretty much catches us up pretty much on NFL.
For sure.
As we head basically towards the draft.
Yeah, getting there. Slowly but surely. Okay, we can end it off talking about the UFC 286 card happening on Saturday night, headlined by Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman.
Yep, their third fight.
Leon Edwards getting dominated the last fight. Kamaru drops his hands. Leon lands a flush head kick for 1 second, and it was out like that for Kamaru. He had it in the bag. All he had to do was wait out the last round, and he was going to retain his championship easily. Nonetheless, Edwards, you got to fight to the bell, and that's what he did. He stuns him.
High kick.
He stuns him, lands the high kick, and gets the win. So they're going to headline the fight. Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. That's the co-main event. Gunnar Nelson, Brian Barberena in the third slot, which apparently was Barberena must be filling in because Gunnar Nelson was supposed to fight Daniel Rodriguez, and I guess that got canceled. So.
Yeah, it did.
Marvin Vettori is taking on Roman Daladiz.
Yeah.
12-1. Okay, that's a good fight. The women's fight is going to be Jennifer Maia versus Casey O'Neill. So that's the card for the night.
286.
Let's start it off. Vettori, Daladiz. Who you got, Kurt?
I've seen Vettori fight a couple of times against Adesanya, and I think Roman's got this in the bag. I'm not gonna lie. I like Roman here to pull off the win against Vettori via finish in the second round.
Wow, that's about exactly what I thought. I thought Roman coming in 12-1, Vettori 29 years of age, Daladiz is 34. Wow. Yeah, I like Daladiz 12-1 record. Get the win over Vettori. Moving on, Casey O'Neill 9-0. Jennifer Maia, 29-1. Women's flyweight matchup.
Old vet versus the new blood, I guess.
Yep, 34 versus 25.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the young blood here to stay undefeated and win with the decision.
Nah, Casey O'Neill, the young blood, is getting the finish in the 3rd round.
You're saying she's gonna finish her?
Yeah, why not? Did she not get finishes?
I don't know.
I'm looking. Her last fight was a decision.
You know what? She finishes. She finishes.
She's gotten her last
33%.
Her last 4 fights before that were all finishes. So
She gonna finish her then.
I'm going 3rd round TKO.
3rd round TKO.
Casey O'Neill.
Alright, we got a welterweight bout. Gunnar Nelson versus Brian. Gunnar, wow, he's bald now. Holy crap. I did not know that. Last time I saw him was like years ago. Because he was on Conjursing or whatever. I gotta go with Gunnar Nelson here to pull off the win. I think he pulls it off. He's the favorite. 18-5-1 versus 18-9. Heck, he might even put him in a submission. I didn't know he had that many submissions. Wow. Yeah, give me Gunnar here.
Barberena. Huh. Jeez. Seems like he hadn't fought in forever. Trying to look at his... Yeah. His last fight, he lost to Rafael dos Anjos. He beat Robbie Lawler.
So we have seen him.
I don't remember that. But we saw... Yeah, he beat him in July.
Of what year?
2022.
Was it... I'm thinking...
Adesanya and Cannonier.
Yeah, we watched that out in the car.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that didn't go so good.
Nope, I remember that now.
I think Lawler didn't even swing.
Yeah,
he just was playing defensive.
For real. Barberena coming off a
Yeah, I do
loss.
remember that. That's exactly how it went. He didn't even throw. He really didn't even throw.
That was a sad one for Robbie.
So who you getting here? Who you going with?
You know, I think I'm leaning Gunnar Nelson.
Are you leaning or are you going in?
You know what?
If you had a bag of chips on it.
Bag of chips. Gunnar Nelson's BJJ. Barbrena's just a striker. I'll take Gunnar Nelson.
Alright, that leads us into the co-main event. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Vaziev. Vaziev is the favorite. Wow. Number 3 versus number 6. Ooh, this fight has big implications.
Right.
This is a good fight too. 24-4 is Gaethje's record, and then 12-1 Rafael's. This one, I feel like this is a pick'em. You can go with either one, and they both like to finish. Oh, this is gonna be a. I'm gonna go with, honestly, I think Gaethje's gonna lose this.
I was kind of, as I'm thinking about it, I was kind of leaning that way too.
I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah.
But I think you know, when you're in the heat of the battle like that, you get clipped, you lose that chin. And I think Rafael just clips him and puts him down, but it'll be a pretty exciting fight though. I think he probably does it maybe early 2nd round. I like him in the 2nd round with the finish.
Ooh, a 2nd round finish.
Yeah.
That's a 5-round fight though, right?
I don't think it is.
Or maybe
I don't see why it would be.
Oh yeah, probably just 3. Okay, that makes sense. Vaziev, he'll finish him. Probably a 3rd round type of war though, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they should stand and bang, and I think this should be
So, what if Gaethje was to win? How do we think he would... His scenario would be...
I could see him winning by decision. I think
he could maybe outpoint him 2-1. 2 rounds to 1.
I don't think he's getting... I think
that'd be his best.
I don't think he's getting the stoppage, but I think if he's winning, he's probably outpointing.
That's probably his best game plan.
Yep.
I like that. Nonetheless, I feel like, in my opinion, this fight will probably be better than the main event. I'm not even going to lie.
Right.
I feel like if we're going off of the 2 fights, and I don't remember what happened the first time they fought. This was way early in their careers. I think Usman beat him in a decision. Usman's pretty much actually been the better fighter, but just slipped up for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Even though...
Yep.
It's like you win 20 minutes, you win 22 minutes out of the fight, but then you slip up for 30 seconds and then you lose.
Yep. And I think that's what everybody's forgotten. I think that's what I kind of can see.
I'm not gonna discredit Usman just for one mistake. It happens to the best of them.
And I think that it was nice to see Edwards get the stunning win, and it was great for him. But I think that people forget how badly Usman was beating him, and
it wasn't even it was not a fight.
Like you said, it was one slip up. Edwards solid, capitalized. Do I think anything like that happens again? No. I think he's a lot more sharper. I don't really like Kamaru Usman as a person, but I love him as a fighter, and he's really, really good at what he does. And he was scraping Edwards.
Sometimes champions need to face adversity.
Yeah, yep. And I think him getting clocked like that when he was all puffing his chest and big and bad, and
he was taking shots at some people that he didn't need to. I'll tell you that much.
Right. So
stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
So yeah, I think Usman wins, and I
like him to finish him.
I would say I like him to finish him this time.
I like him to finish Edwards in the third or the fourth.
Yep. Give me the third.
I like a late finish by Edwards.
I'll take Usman.
By Usman, my bad.
Usman third round TKO.
You're saying like he'll be on top of him and they'll have to stop the fight because he'll
I think he'll probably clock him or either be on top of him just like wrestling him and then ground and pound, finish him there. I'm leaning that way as well. Yeah, Usman's the favorite. That's great. That's not crazy. That's really honestly not. Mm-mm.
But nonetheless, I feel like this is a pretty solid card, and we'll recap it the next time we're on here.
Absolutely.
So then that'll wrap it up.
Yeah, that should just about do it. Good week covered in sports. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And next time we talk, we will have more NCAA basketball to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get the hockey tournament set up for that NCAA class. I'm ready for that. Got this UFC to talk about. Really good cards in the month of March for that, with more to come with all that. And free agency and offseason just getting underway for NFL. So we got that to talk about and look forward to as we get into some nicer weather and hopefully some brighter times, brighter days.
Oh, absolutely.
Nicer days. Need them bad these days. Need them bad. Hope you guys enjoyed. And like, comment, subscribe, leave some ideas. What should we talk about?
Yeah, feedback.
If we should add anything in, take something out, just let us know. Feedback, always good. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast. We will see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.